And because of your emphasis on the students, this is exactly where we saw the strongest action being taken was on the campuses. Why do you think it hasn't really spread to other sectors of society? Of course, there's the deindustrialization of America that kind of prevents that labor mobilization from taking place. But of course, there's definitely other ideological and social factors. Why did you not see maybe a spread from where the students started off in April 2024? And even why didn't it really continue into the fall semester?
I think first we have to say I believe the American population to be the most propagandized population I've ever experienced in the world, right? I think the Kool-Aid is so strong in America, and most of the United States people are drunk off that because they don't even they can't even step out and fathom that perhaps they're the bad guys in history or bad guys in the world today. Secondly, the level of repression that was meted out on students was intentionally done to stop it spreading to other places. It was
Right.
the level, because again, it wasn't just, again, it was university repression. People were losing thousands of dollars in suspension fees because they were being suspended and expelled. But it wasn't just that, it was the involvement of the police, it was surveillance, right? It was almost as if the government themselves knew that we have to contain this within campuses and not allow this to spread outside. So those are kind
Right.
of, and finally, I would say that radicalization that took place amongst students was, again, BLM once again was students. And again, history of activism, history of social movements in the United States has a long and deep history that takes place on campuses, right? Anti-war movements, um, Vietnam, apartheid, etc. We have that legacy on campus. And why hasn't it continued to the fall? Two reasons. First being that the repression, but second, the nature of the scheduling of the semester makes it very difficult to sustain a movement. Because summer you have 3 month break. You have to come
Yeah.
back after 3 months. You have to come back, and in that 3 months, as much as you've been strategizing, so has the institution. And then now again, it's people are afraid, right? People have countless people have quote unquote self-deported. International students are afraid. People are, and again, this language, and again, Palestine is still in the news, but again, it's not in the news in the same way because we have what we call, well, what is called a ceasefire, which is obviously not a ceasefire because they're slaughtering Palestinians daily, but it's not in the news in the same way. So our job, I think, as people, if people are listening to this who are on campuses, the job is to not let Palestine become a background issue. Palestine must keep being at the forefront. We must keep speaking about Palestine. We must keep escalating for Palestine. Our jobs for divestment hasn't stopped.